Torch number 338, Cover Story. Chris Benoit makes his debut in the WWF. ECW and New Japan international star Chris Benoit debuts at WWF TV tapings Monday. By Wade Keller, Torch editor.
The wrestler rated number 3 in the world in the Pro Wrestling Torch 1994 yearbook worldwide top 100 ratings has shocked the wrestling industry by agreeing to work for the WWF.
Rumors began Friday, 3 days before his first WWF match, that he was planning on attending the WWF TV tapings Monday in Struthers, Ohio. Benoit, 28, has spent the past 5 years wrestling for New Japan under a mask as the Pegasus Kid. He made brief appearances in WCW where his in-ring talent wasn't seen as enough to overcome his lack of height, charisma, and interview skills. He began wrestling for ECW several months back and was being groomed to be ECW's top singles wrestler. In a dark match that actually took place during the live Monday Night Raw broadcast while a taped match was airing on USA Network, Chris Benoit lost to Bob "Sparkplug" Holly, an initial loss his usual policy for all new wrestlers. It should be said that as of deadline there is no confirmation that Benoit's match was anything but a tryout match of sorts. Although Benoit did not contact ECW officials to tell them of his WWF plans, he did tell friends that he was going to go to the WWF TV tapings and see if he liked the atmosphere and the organization. The WWF is considered the most well-run and initially the most impressive organization to new wrestlers. If seeing and liking the atmosphere is all it was going to take for Benoit to agree to wrestle for the WWF, he's probably ready to sign a contract. It is also possible an agreement was reached with the WWF on Monday afternoon. Vince McMahon watched Benoit's dark match from ringside and appeared absolutely delighted with what he saw, smiling broadly throughout the match, even though the finishing sequence appeared to be messed up by Holly. Other WWF personnel watched from the wings of the arena, including Pat Patterson, Doak Hendricks, Rene Goulet, and Tony Garea. WWF wrestlers gathered in the runway to watch the match, also. Benoit is widely considered one of the top wrestlers in the world. Of all non-Japanese and non-Mexican wrestlers, only Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero and Sabu are considered to be in his league as great all-around workers. Benoit has wrestled extensively in Mexico, Japan, Europe, and the US-Canada wrestling scenes where he has learned and adapted to each style. Benoit essentially had a lifetime guarantee of being a top worker with New Japan, but apparently his desire to be a star in the United States and also follow in Dynamite Kid's footsteps caused him to agree to make this move. Benoit played telephone tag with ECW during the week, although because he didn't say in his messages he was jumping to the WWF, ECW officials were confident the rumors were wrong. Although Benoit is not booked for any ECW dates, thus this is not a repeat of the Sabu situation, his apparent departure has come without forewarning. Paul Heyman had spent extensive sessions tutoring Benoit on his interviews, which ECW officials thought he had great appreciation for. Nevertheless, Benoit has apparently decided to follow in the footsteps of his childhood idol Dynamite Kid and become a big star in America via the WWF. Benoit, a Canadian citizen, hopes to become a U.S. citizen someday. He was born in Montreal and moved to Edmonton at age 12. When he was 13 he saw Dynamite Kid wrestle and immediately decided he wanted to follow his career path. At age 16 he began to help set up the ring. After graduating from high school he was immediately invited to train at Stu Hart's home. His first match was in December 1985, just 6 months after beginning his training. He teamed with Rick Patterson against Carl Moffat and Mike Hemmer. While working in the Calgary Stampede promotion he spent a lot of time with Dynamite Kid. It was during that time that he was told Japan was the place to go to really learn his craft. In August 1986 he moved to Japan and trained in New Japan's world-renowned dojo for a year. After returning to Canada in August 1987, he wrestled a few more years in Calgary. In 1990 he began a full-time stint with New Japan, touring with them 12 to 16 weeks per year ever since. The WWF has never allowed a wrestler under contract to retain his Japan commitment. That is probably still the case, although if an exception were ever to be made, Benoit would be an appropriate wrestler to make an exception with. Benoit has a long way to go in improving his mic work and projecting a personality in the ring. But if he signs with the WWF, he brings a working ability perhaps never seen before in that federation. Already thoughts of a heel Benoit facing 1-2-3 Kid, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels have fans familiar with Benoit's abilities excited. What will be even more amazing is Benoit's ability to have a great match with virtually any average to good wrestler, also.